Here's another little short, maybe, from Davidson's All Natural Gym. Probably not going to be a short. I'll probably turn it into a long video. I like to BS. It's a rain day, and I don't feel like going out in the rain and getting another log right now because it's raining pretty hard. It's probably about to smoke out my fire. I was just thinking about it. I was going over my desk here, cleaning it out, and unknown bottle. How many nails is too many? How many blades is too many in one log? The majority of these are one job. I had 4 nails. I got 4 nails in here from another job. These are all nails that that's not even a nail. Look at that thing. That's probably a small lag bolt. There's nails that I've hit. So when do you stop? When do you stop on the log? You stop at 1 nail? Do you stop at 2 nails? I don't stop, obviously. I stop when the customer tells me to stop. This customer here, he wanted this log really bad. It was a white oak log, and he wanted it really bad. I'm not even sure what that is. Some kind of a bent over nail, lag bolt, nails, mini nails. I don't know what that is. I know it was put into that tree a long time ago, and there's the bolt that come out the bottom. That was almost a bolt. Big nail bolt. But you can see the stain that nail creates in that log. I don't know what was nailed in it. I have no idea. And here's there's the hole I dug out of the other one. But you see how that blue stain runs all through the log, all through the wood. And here it is coming out the other side. The blue stain is still in there, all the way through. So if you're doing oak, you should have a couple clues about nails and when you're going to hit them. I put 9 blades through this log, right? Actually, a couple of these little ones are from a different. So these probably 4 are from a different log. But all the rest of these are 9 blades I put through one log. And I cut this out of that log, and I cut this out of that log. So one log, 9 blades. At the time, I was charging 30 bucks a blade. The customer was right there with me. I was charging by the hour, and I dug out every one of those nails by the hour, clock running, and $30 a blade. 9 blades later. You know, I might hit 1 with this blade, and I might hit 2 with the next blade. And the next blade I might hit 3 or 1 or whatever. But that'll ruin a blade right there for sure. That'll ruin a blade for sure. That'll ruin a blade. Some of these, well, I guess I sold that one. The customer said keep going, keep cutting me lumber. Kept cutting me lumber, and 9 blades at $30 a blade. We kept going. A couple hours later, we had that one log sawed up. $270 plus 2 hours of labor. But we sawed the lumber out of it. Do you stop at 1 nail? Normally, I'd tell you to stop at 2 or 3 nail strikes, probably, if it was up to me. But it's not up to me, it was someone for the customer. How many blades have I ruined with my logs? 0. None. I don't go out and get yard logs. I do go out in the woods and get my logs, and there's very little nails in the woods when you're in the woods cutting logs. So I've got 0 nail strikes with my lumber, with my own logs that I've harvested out of the woods. And that's why you don't do town logs right there. That's why I don't do them anyway. That if I ever did get a nail strike in one of my logs, the reason why I'd stop is because if somebody's willing to drill in, nail in 1 nail into a tree, then they're probably willing to nail in 10. If they think 1 doesn't hurt it, they're probably going to think 10 doesn't hurt that tree either. So they're going to be willing to drill in that many nails in 1 log and not think it's hurting anything, not think they're hurting anything. So my logs, you get out of the woods, or your logs, you get out of the woods. Nobody's out there. You might find a couple no trespassing signs along the side of the woods, but nobody's going deep into the woods and putting up a bunch of nails in trees. They might put up a deer stand or something out there with a nail in it. But if it's had a deer stand in it, it's usually pretty easy to tell that tree. I have hit some bullets in a tree. I got a cherry log. I had some bullets in. Two bullets in that same tree right next to each other. That's a lead bullet isn't going to ruin your blade like that lag bolt. That lag bolt's going to ruin your blade, but a bullet isn't. So that's when I stop on that. So what do you do about, how can you solve that problem of nail strikes in your wood? Don't sawmill 10 loads. Don't put a, or if you are doing urban logging and pulling logs out of the, if you are pulling logs out of a city tree or a town tree, you've got to make sure you got in there that enough profit margin to pay for the cost of your blades. Maybe hitting that nail right there, that little nail right there. You see that little nail? Little bitty thing. Little bitty finish nail. That might not ruin a blade. You might be able to keep going with that blade, and you might be able to resharpen that blade. That blade, you're not going to resharpen that blade. No, if you do resharpen it, it's not going to cut right. It's never going to cut right again. Don't do urban logs for the same price that you're doing your own woods. That price has got to be figured in there because you're going to ruin a lot of blades doing urban logging. And there's nothing wrong with that. This guy, the perfect example is this guy wanted this lumber out of this tree for a specific reason. I don't know. I don't know why. His great-granddad planted it. His uncle sat under it and got married under it. I don't know what his reasoning for wanting that log, but he wanted that log. But just make sure your pricing accordingly when you get in there. If you show up at a job and you have no clause for nail strikes or ruining a blade, then you're going to be in trouble when you do an urban log. You're going to be paying out of pocket for a lot of nail strikes. Davidson's All Natural Gym. Don't forget to like and subscribe.